My dear students, today I will start the new chapter, that is conditional and iterative statement. In this chapter you are going to learn about the types of statements, the uses of statement, the flow of control, the use of if-else statement, and what are the looping statements. So with the help of this chapter you will be able to program simple type of programming like the program having some conditional statement, the program having some looping statements. So now start with the topic that what is a statement and its type. So simply when we are writing any type of executable line in a program, means if we are simply writing C is equal to A plus B, then this particular line is going to be execute with the help of the processor. So this type of line, or you can say this type of source code, is simply called the statement. So when you are writing the program, there are many type of statements are there in the Python program, and like there are assignment statement, conditional statement, looping statement, single statement. So every type of statement having its own significance in the programming. For example, as it is given in the slide, you can see that here is written n is equal to 50. So this is also a sort of statement in which the value 50 is assigned to the variable n. So this is type of statement is called the assignment statement. So now moving forward, we will have the next topic, that is types of assignment. So there are broadly three types of statement. The first one is the simple statement, the second is empty statement, and the third is compound statement. Now I will discuss one by one. The first is simple statement, or you can say simple statement. Now each and every statement that is written in a program having no any connection with the previous statement or with the next statement. So this type of statement is simply called the simple statement. Means if you have written three statements like 1, 2 and 3, and this statement number 2 having not a single relationship with the statement number 1 and not a single relationship with the statement number 3, means a statement that is simply a stand-alone statement, then this type of statement is known as the single executable statement, or you can say simple statement. This type of statement usually produce some kind of results, like you can see that if I am writing here C is equal to A plus B, this is a single statement, or this is a simple statement in which the value of A, the value of B are added together, and the result of the addition will be assigned to the variable C, and this is the outcome of the statement C is equal to A plus B. So according to this statement, or in reference with this statement, there is some execution will happen. So you can say every statement, every executable statement in the reference with that particular statement, if any type of execution is going to be in the process, then this type of statement is called as the simple statement. Now moving forward, the next statement that what I am going to discuss is the empty statement. As its name implies, the term empty means having nothing, or you can simply say if a statement having not any such type of value that should be executed by the processor, then this type of statement is called as the empty statement, and we use this type of statement in order to maintain the flow of control, or means the flow of execution in the program. So this type of statement do nothing in the program, and there is no any desired result or desired outcome from such kind of statements. So you can say these are the statements having no any executable quality, or you can say these statements are not the executable statement. So for example, pass, break, jump, these are the few example, like pass, jump, break, continue. These are the few example of the empty statement that executes nothing but only to alter the flow of execution in the programming. Moving forward, we have the next type of statement is the compound statement. So the compound statement represents a group of statement executed together. Means if there is a block or a group of statement that are interrelated, means the execution of the first statement, second statement depend upon the first, and the third depend upon the second, then this type of group of statement is commonly known as the compound statement. So as I am saying the group of statement, it means in such kind of statement more than one statement are there. So the compound statement having 2 statement, 3 statement, or more than 10-20 statement depending upon the programming. So the compound statement is usually used with some type of block or with some type of group. Now every compound statement having 2 parts in a group. The first part is called the header of the statement, and the second part is the body of the statement. As you can see in the example, there is a coding for 2 lines in which it is written if condition then colon, and in the next line there is written print s. So this is a 2 code compound statement or the 2 line compound statement, in which the first line is known as the header line and the second is known as the body of the compound statement. So in the body of the compound statement there may be number of statements can be there. There may be 1 statement, 2 statement, or more than 2-3 statements depending upon the condition. In the compound statement, every header line starts with a keyword. As you can see in the example, this header line starts with the keyword if and ended with a colon mark. So this is notation, or you can say this is the symbol through which you can easily identify that this statement is a compound statement. And after the header line there is the body of the statement, which is indent a little bit normally, or you can say the convention is 4 space indentation will be provided, but if you want you can only indent a single bit depending upon your programming platform on which you are programming. So this is the compound statement. So there are various situations in which we will be using compound statement, and when you are programming and learning some new concepts you will be using more and more compound statement, then it becomes easy to understand about the compound statement. Now moving forward, we have the next topic, that is statement flow control. So statement flow control identifies the sequence in which the statements will execute. For example, you are writing a program, there are more than one statement is there, 1 2 3 4 statements are there, and in which order the statement will execute. As you had written some programs in which there are 4 5 6 lines, and you can see the lines will execute in the sequential manner. Mean first the line number 1 is executed, then line number 2 is executed, then 3 4 and so on. So when the program is executed in such a way, this type of control flow is called the sequential control flow, and this is the default flow of the statement. Means if you are not writing any decision making statement or the looping statement, then this type of flow is called the sequential type of statement. And we will be study in detail the decision making statement. This is simply if statement in which you have to take any type of the decision, and the next is looping statement that we will also study. So the next topic we have is the decision making statement.
Sometimes in our daily life, we take few decisions like if this will happen, we will do this. If this will not happen, we are not going to do this. In such kind of situations may also arise. We are when we are programming or when we are coding for any specific purpose. So when this type of situation arises, when there are few statement, the execution of those statement will depend upon any condition. That if the condition evaluates to true, then that particular set of statement will be executed. If the condition evaluates to false, then the statements will not get executed. When this type of situation arises, we will be using the decision making statement, and these statements is called or is known as the if and else statements in the Python. There is if and else statement that is used in the Python for the decision making statement. For if this if and else statement having the three forms. In the first form, we are using the if statement only without any else statement. In the second form, we are using if and else statement. In the third form, we are using all three components. This is if and else statement. Now, starting with the first form, that which I earlier told you, that is if statement only. In this structure, we can say there is no any else statement is written. So, what will this expression do? Uh, After if, here is written text expression and with a colon, and there is a little indent when I am writing the statement. So this is an example of the compound statement in which if is working as the header statement, and the statement or in bracket s is show there may be a single statement or a set of statement may also be there. So the statement will executed if the test expressions written after if will evaluates as true. If the text expression evaluates as false, no any statement will be executed. So there is no any else statement. It means अगर हम इसको हिंदी में कहें तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि इफ के बाद जो भी कंडीशन हम लिखेंगे, अगर वो कंडीशन हमारी ट्रू हो जाती है तो उसके बाद का स्टेटमेंट हमारा एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगा। और अगर वो स्टेटमेंट हमारी ट्रू नहीं होती है, मतलब कि फॉल्स हो जाती है, तो कोई भी स्टेटमेंट हमारा एग्जीक्यूट नहीं होगा। ठीक है, अब हम इसको आगे देखते हैं। तो यहाँ पर एक फ्लो चार्ट दिया हुआ है। फ्लो चार्ट किसका है? इफ स्टेटमेंट का है। इन द गिवन फ्लो चार्ट वी कैन सी दैट देयर इज अ टेक्स्ट एक्सप्रेशन। टेक्स्ट एक्सप्रेशन मींस द कंडीशन व्हिच आर गोइंग टू बी टेस्टेड। After the expressions evaluates to true, we can see the particular body of the if statement will be executed, and if the false will be happening means if the text expression will not be executed as true, then there is no any special set of statements are written to be executed. So we can say the next slide there is an example. In that particular example, you can see that I have written here that if a modulus 2 is equal to 0. This operator is known as modulus operator. What this operator returns? This operator returns the remainder. Remainder of what? If any particular number is divided by any other number, in this case a is divided by 2, and the remainder will be shown, will be given in this expressions, will be checked in this expression. So here I am checking that if the value of a is equal to 8, for example, if the value of a is equal to 8 and I am dividing it by 2, तो रिमाइंडर क्या आएगा? रिमाइंडर 0 आएगा। और ये जो एक्सप्रेशन है, ये एक्सप्रेशन क्या हो जाएगा? दिस एक्सप्रेशन इवैल्यूएट ट्रू। So if these expressions evaluate true, the control of the execution will be moving to its body, and there is a statement written that the print number is even. Means this is an example of the statement where it is shown that if any expressions evaluates to true, then the statement inside the body of if will get executed. Try it to run on the software you had already installed in your phone. Now, as I told you earlier, the second part is if else statement. In this statement, there is two conditions. If the conditions evaluates to true, then a set of statement will be executed, and if the statements evaluates false, then another set of statement will get executed. According to this flow chart, we can see that if I am checking a particular condition here and the condition becomes true, then this particular body of if will be executed. From the syntax, we can say the statement written in the front of if will get executed true, then the body of if will executed, and if it becomes false, then what will happen? The body of else will executed. Okay, so in the previous example we had seen if the outcome of the condition will come true, then there is a set of instruction which will get executed, but if the conditions outputs false, then there was no any set of instructions to be executed. But in this particular form where we are writing both if and else, what is going to be happen? In both cases there are few set of statements to be executed. Extending the previous example, you can say that I had written here that print number is even. ये तो आपके previous example से ही आ गया, और इसको जब extend कर रहे हैं, then I had written here else, and in the body of else I had written number is odd. If I will take example that in the a variable there is a number 9, then what will happen? If the 9 will be divided by 2, then there is a remainder 1, and the expression written here evaluates to false, and if it evaluates to false, then this line will not get executed and the body of else will get executed and the output will be number is odd. So this is the basic structure of if else statement. So these are the two forms of the if else statement, and now moving forward to the next form, that is if elif statement. In the previous both forms, we can say there is only a single text expressions to be evaluated, either with the else or without else. But what happened if we have more than one text expressions to be evaluated? As you can see in the example, if text expressions body of if text expressions elif text expression body of elif else body of else. What does it mean? You can see if text expression, it means if this expression evaluates to true, then what will happen? As I told you earlier, the body of if will get executed, and if it is false, then the body of elif will get executed, and in elif there is again an text expressions. The text expression will again evaluated, and if the evaluation of text expression will true, then the body of elif will executed. If it is false, then the body of else will get executed. We can understand it more clearly with the help of flowchart. In the flowchart, it is clearly given here that when we are testing any expressions and it becomes true, the body of if will get executed. If it falls, then body of elif, or we can say the text expression of elif will get evaluated. And if the body of elif is not executed, then there is another body is called else, it will get executed. So in this particular example, or we can say in this particular flow chart, there is two text expressions that are to be evaluated. We can have more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 text expressions to be evaluated. So how we are going to arrange it? We can arrange one more condition with a more elif in in a false flow. For example, if we have to incorporate one more text expressions, then what we will do, in the it is false when text expression of elif, one more elif will be here. When true, then the body of elif, then false, one more elif, or you can write the else statement also. According to this example, a demo example is given here. For example, what I had written, that if someone's obtained grade A, हमने यहाँ पे क्या चेक किया कि if grade is equal to A, this is a text expression for if this text expression evaluates true, then what will happen? Then the body of the print statement will execute and it will print first and the execution will stop. But if this expression comes first false, then what will happen? This print will not executed, and after this test expression will be evaluated. And if it comes true, then the print second is coming in the output, and this particular part will not get executed. But what else? कि अगर हमारा LF का भी expression false हो गया, then what will be happening? If it comes false, then the body of the else will get executed. We can incorporate more LF here before the else statement. We can say that if elif else ladder, the if statement should be the first step, the else is the last step, and we can want as many as elif to incorporate between the if else ladder. So there are total three forms of if else statement. First is simple if, second is if and else combination, and third is if elif and else combination. Moving to the next topic. The next topic is looping statement. What is loop? When we are doing anything repeatedly again and again for few numbers for few times, then this is called looping statement. For example, जैसे हमें कोई song बहुत पसंद आ जाता है और in a media player we put it in a loop. ये सभी ने करके देखा होगा for a favorite songs. Then what will happen? The song will play again and again and again. If we have to do any such kind of coding in the Python, then we will have looping statements. There are two types of loops available in the Python. First is for loop and the second is while. So starting with the for loop, the syntax of for loop is given: for val in sequence body of for. It means कि for के आगे एक वेरिएबल देंगे और वो वेरिएबल क्या करेगा, एक पर्टिकुलर सीक्वेंस में, दिस सीक्वेंस में भी लिस्ट, टपल और स्ट्रिंग में से किसी एक पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू के लिए ये काम करेगा, और ये कंडीशन ट्रू होने पर क्या होगा, बॉडी ऑफ लूप आपकी एग्जीक्यूट हो जाएगी. अकॉर्डिंग टू द फ्लो चार्ट वी कैन सी क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे. जैसे कि यहाँ पे कोई वेरिएबल में वैल्यू आ रही है, ए में 1 2 3 4 5 6 एंड ऑल. Each and every time the last value which defines the stop value for the loop. If the last value will reach, last value का मतलब जहां पर loop आपका क्या हो जाएगा, stop हो जाएगा. If the last item will reach, yes, the loop will exit, the execution of the loop will stop. And if the last item will not reach, then whatever statements are written in the for loop will be executed, and it is again go for the loop statement incremented by 1 and again checked for the last item. If still the last item did not reach, then again the body of the loop will get executed, and so on until the last value will come. When the last item reached, what will be happen? The body of the loop will not get executed and we will exit from the loop. With a for loop, normally we use a function. This function is called range function. As I told you earlier that for loop is work on a sequence. So what is the sequence and from where we can generate the sequence? We can generate the sequence with the help of range function. The range function will generate numbers. The value of the numbers depend upon the start point, stop point, and the step size that we are given in the range. So in this example, we can see a range 0, 10, 1. The first value we can give, that is the first value we can give, that is the start value. This is the start value, this is the stop value, and this is the step size. The meaning of start value, stop value, and step size means the output of the range function will start from the start value, that is 0, start from the 0, and the step size is 1, means the next number will be incremented by 1. So the step size is 1. So they are incremented by 1, yani 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kahan tak? From the last value minus 1. Total 0 to 10 means total 10 numbers will be printed. So from 0 to 9 there are how many numbers? 10 numbers. In this example, the range start value for the sequence is 0, the end value is 2, and the step size is given here 2. Step size defines the incrementing of the next number in the sequence. So the range is starting from the value 0 and it get incremented by 2, then 2 is again get incremented by 4, then 4 is again get incremented by 2, then there's 6, and after 6 there is 8. And but when 8 is incremented by 2, then which number come? 10, and we are not allowed to print beyond 9. Similarly, in the next example, we can say the start value is 0, the end value is 10, and the step size is 10. So in this example, we can see the output will be start from the value 0, and then it is get incremented by 3, and again it is get incremented by 3, and again this is get incremented by 3. So from this we can understand the range function. So for loop is work with the range function. Without range function, usually we can't use the for loop. In the given example, we can see there is a for a in range 1 to 5. Then the range function will generate number from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see that the default value or the default step size is not given here. So by default it is taking 1. So the value 1 is first copies in the A. After printing A, the last item is not reached. Then the next value that we print is 2. Again, it will check the next item, that is 5, is not reached yet. Then the next number is printed, that is 4. Again, not reach the last value. Then again the next number it will printed 4. There is again it is not reached to the last value. But when it goes for to check the number for the 5, then the 5 is the last item which is reached. So the last value is not get printed. So this is all about for loop. Now moving to the next section, that is for loop with else block. In our previous example, we can see that after the for loop will get executed, there is no any other statement to be printed. But we can print any additional statement with the if, or when the if execution of the if will get executed with the help of else block. What is going to be happen? With a for loop, we can also use the else. and the else part of the loop is executed if the items in the sequence used for loop exhausted. Means हम else block तब use करते हैं जब हमारा लूप ब्रेक हो जाता है, और जब हमारा लूप ब्रेक हो जाता है तो उसके बाद क्या हो जाता है, एल्स वाला स्टेटमेंट अपने आप से एग्जीक्यूट हो जाता है. हम इस एग्जांपल में देखें, अगर जो सिंटैक्स दिया हुआ है इन द गिवन सिंटैक्स, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन, whatever the sequence generated here, after the sequence is exhausted, the else statement will get executed.